Hi, everyone. It's Linda coming to you from Northern California, which is overcast and getting ready to rain. And today is Academy Award Day. And they just announced that Lynn Miranda will not be able to come because his wife just tested positive for COVID. So that's sad because I think he has a song up. So anyway, and Sean Penn said he would melt all his Academy Awards if we don't let Zelensky talk at the Academy Awards. I heard he was doing it, so I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe there'll be some excitement, but I'm getting ready to go to Marin County with the Bunko girls. Now, these Bunko girls were part of my sister's group, and when I moved to Novato, they showed up every night with a meal while I was going through chemo. It was just beautiful. I've never gotten over that. So the kindness was beyond anything. Anyway, I became friends with them also. And my sister invited me to a few events they have, and one of them is Academy Award Night. So tonight we're wearing, she has themes for everyone. Tonight we're coming in our PJs. So I hope I don't get pulled over because I'll be having my little short nighty shorts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking comfortable pajamas, okay? I'm not going to show no short negligee with the fur balls on the slippers. I got some nice comfortable slippers and this Comanche warrior shirt. I'm just going to chillax. You should see the spread. Oh my God. I'll be good. I'll be good. So anyway, I also want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Kelly DeSavale. She's in Novato, and check this out. Look what she did. She's got all red cheeks. Thank you, Kelly. I love it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to frame it, probably put it right there. And then Jasmine Kellen, she sent me her book, A Scientist's Spiritual Journey, Gracious Abundance. This looks interesting. So looks very good. So thank you. It is Jasmine Kellen, Kalen, Gracious Abundance. God, we got some talented people out here. That's all I got to say. And also, I haven't really advertised this, but I am having an event in the Catskills in New York, September, the end of September to the first weekend. It ends the Sunday in October. And I kind of put it out there and we sold most of the tickets. I think we got like 7 or 8 left. And I just want to tell you about it. I just want you to know I'm going to post it inside this information if anybody's interested in going. It's Hanford. What is it called? It's a beautiful facility that has indoor and outdoor pools, walking areas with waterfalls. The guy that does my Sedona event is going to be in charge of this one. So, you know, taxes, of course, with New York are a little higher, but all in all, it's almost the same, except this place isn't vegetarian only. And this place has a bar. Sedona, they don't allow you to bring alcohol, but this place here has a little bar, which I imagine a lot of people are going to be hanging out at. So if you can, come on down. It'll be Mel, myself. It'll be Jenn Lynn, you know, who's fantastic with hands-on working. And we're keeping it low. We're not adding that many people. But next year, I think I'm planning on adding more YouTube teachers. And they'll be coming. I've already talked to a couple. So we'll be setting it up that way. So there'll be more people. So we can actually have more come because we have more teachers. Okay, so I'll post that on the bottom. So let's start off with answering your questions. And I got a lot of questions. Thank you very much. Oh, just now on the news, they're really asking for Justice Thomas to step down. And, you know, he's just not. I mean, if Trump was in office, he might have. But being that it's Biden is the only reason he's hanging on. I do feel his health is bad, but let's do a quick little look-see at that since it's right here. I just got away from the TV and they're saying that the Supreme Court is not saying a word. You know, Justice Roberts has already talked to him. But I feel like he's a bit of a bully. I think his wife sort of runs him. And then when he gets in the Supreme Court, out of frustration, he runs everybody else. He's the longest person in there. Okay, so let's look at Justice Thomas. Oops. Justice Thomas. And I'm going to try to put on here for if you want to donate the World Central Kitchen. Apparently Jenn Lynn does it too. For food for the Ukraine. We're going to look at the Ukraine too, you guys. So what's going to happen? Will Justice Thomas step down? Yes or no? We only want the truth. We're not wishing bad, even though we'd like to. We just want to know. Because, you know, I feel Jenny is like talking to a lot of people in that real far right, you know. And I see people saying ignore it. But she's getting called before Congress. I knew she was going to be in trouble when I heard she's the one who got the buses. I knew that it was going to, for entertainment purposes only. The party's over. The party's over, crossed by the fool. You know, it's one thing to leave retiring and you had, even if you were really, you know, like when Justice, what was his name? The one that Ruth Bader Ginsburg really enjoyed, he died suddenly. When he died, even though he could be sort of a jerk, people loved him. People appreciated him. He was conservative and he stuck with his word. But for Thomas, it's like he's not going to get that respect. He's not well. He's coming out of it like he needs rest. Okay. So this is interesting. Some of this stuff that they were doing it because they were, I don't know if she has money, but there's something with people paying them money or people saying, yeah, go for it. And here's money. I see a connection with money coming through the back door. So this may really get him in trouble. He's not well, you guys. I'm going to tell you right now, he's not well. You see, actually, I see Justice Roberts. You know, I think Justice Roberts might end up having to leave down the road here, maybe even within the year. He's trying to hang on as hard as he can, but it may be so much pressure, or maybe when is the next voting? That's in November, because I'm seeing summertime. He may choose to go. Is it this summer or the next summer? I don't know, but it's like summertime, and it feels like it's because America comes out and votes Democratic. So the cray-crays aren't going to getting in there. Now, listen, I have to tell you something. Somebody wrote on Twitter that Matt Gaetz has announced that he's going to request that Donald Trump is the Speaker of the House. Well, anyway, I wrote on there, if it was anybody else but Matt Gaetz, you put Matt Gaetz, Bobart, or Green on there, Marjorie Taylor Greene, announcing that. It's like nothing. There's no, they have this little group of phobic people and that's about it. Because I almost see the other people, like when the two of them, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobart, were acting out and talking amongst themselves and yelling things at the president, I felt like they were embarrassed. And I think they're hoping they won't win again. In fact, I know they won't win again. So, yeah, it's a nothing burger. God, I want to tell you, it's not like Mitch McConnell came out and said, we're going to ask that he takes my place. No. And trust me, McConnell can be slick under the table. Oh, Judge Brown has all these great qualifications, but unfortunately, I can't vote for her. Yeah, you can't, you won't. They just forgot their hoods, you know, that's the only thing they forgot. And these are the same people that voted for her before. So yeah, they're trying to just stir up stuff. They can't stand the thought of Democrats getting more justices. Let me tell you, she's not the only, by the way, she will get in. I don't want you to worry, but she's not the only one. Not the only one. So, okay. So Justice Thomas, I do see him having to, either he leaves because he's too sick or but for him to leave while there's a Democratic president, this is huge. Now they're going to know what it feels like, aren't they? Okay, now let's see your questions. Jackie says, the last few videos of 45, he looked really bad. Will the New York charges that Alvin Bragg is trying to slow down still bring him down, even with the prosecutors quitting? You know, and I got to tell you something. Sterling and I talked about this today, and I still see like this guy Bragg is going to get under huge stress. I'm almost feeling it was the Justice Department. Someone within that department told them, don't, you know, we don't want you to move forward, but they will. And Keisha James, she's going to make sure it happens. I've always had a good feeling about that. And what they're going to do more so, because I don't see them venturing to put him in jail, although I do see some criminal charges coming up on him. But it's more just wiping him out. You know, it's the IRS jumping in after they find beyond a reasonable doubt that he defrauded the government. Okay. So here we go. Christine. Hey, Christine. She said, will it ever come out who in the GOP was getting money funneled by Russia? Absolutely, because don't forget that Garland said they were going to do a special group of people that were going to only deal with Russia and how money was being funneled into the United States. Absolutely. They're collecting that information now. Remember when all those Russians all those senators went to Russia? And I said, mark my words, that's going to come back to bite them in the butt, and it will. Will the United States ever return to being united? And I think we've talked about this before. Part of the thing I told you, I said it may be a war, and it could be a war with Russia. I told you guys this, I think, with my 2022 predictions. And I'm sorry that it has to be this, but if you look that we're already 73% of Americans think we should nuke them. I mean, that's how mad we are. But I see us coming together, and I see Trump going down. Trump will go down. And what'll happen is there's just more ugly coming out. And also in the courts, they're going to prove, I don't know when the January 6th commission is going to make their big spiel, but I feel they'll be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt to the public that no, this voting was not a fraud. It was not a fraud. Because that's how they're getting everybody. Oh, it was a big fraud. They stole the election. No, they didn't. They should be sued for saying that. Well, I know the voting people are suing. Let me tell you, Fox News is under some heat too. Okay, Laura said, will Harry see his grandmother before she passes? Will Harry see his grandmother? Elizabeth. I think we had a feeling on her between April and June. She's very tired, you guys. Very tired. Let me see his grandmother. No, I don't see his wife ever stepping foot in that. She may come for the funeral of the Queen, but I feel like she doesn't want to go. Hello. Let's check it out, you guys. She's definitely going to pass. Yeah, he'll see her. He's toasting his cups with her. She's seeing the light on the other side. Yeah, see, here's the coffin. You know, maybe she won't go till this summer. I know people were saying sooner than that, but she'll be glad to be released of it. And I see her meeting the baby too, the little girl. So that's good. It's going to work out. I definitely see it working out. And I see her seeing her family. But she's very weak, and she's, you know, she can live as long as her mother. But, you know, her husband's gone now, and she's tired. And I think she has some real significant health problems. And she knows it. That's why, you know, she was so stubborn, would never talk about giving her crown over to anybody. And then suddenly she's asking the public in the UK, please, you know, accept, what's her name? The Rottweiler, Camilla. Please accept her as the consort queen or something, which is not settling with the, nope, not settling at all. Just like, of course, this is years ago, but you couldn't have brought that king that stepped down for the sake of his love. They couldn't have come back in the Man in the Moon. And please accept her. Nope. They set all these rules, and then they're breaking people's heart because, you know, the bottom line is she wanted it. Diana wanted to be princess, but she really not got the full love because he just wasn't capable. It's very sad. And he was in love with somebody else. He should have been able to be with, if he had been with Camilla from the get-go and said, look, I know we made our mistakes, but let her, people actually would have liked her, but because of the Diana thing, it went straight downhill. Okay, Antarctica is heating up at a rate much faster than scientists have predicted. This is Martha. Do you see any revelations of what may have been hidden under the ice for centuries? Oh yeah, I see beautiful foliage and plants and creatures. And the problem is that with the ice, there's some of that ice there that's millions of years old. I talked to my son this morning, and he said a piece as big as New York has a piece of ice as big as New York has just disintegrated. But my son said it's already part of the ocean. And so it doesn't really bring the levels up like when glaciers go down. So just wanted to give you that tidbit. But I do see some stuff coming up that, trust me on this, I can see it as clear as day. If anybody knows about this, let me know. But I see scientists going out over there, really checking. The perma ice, my son said that's a problem. Perma ice, that's centuries old, is melting. Even in Alaska, perma ice is really going down there. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Anna said, will we have another miracle of Fatima again? Like she appeared to the children in 1917. I think she still appears. I think this form shows up. Tell me when I can tell. Will the Lady of Fatima. So what was the Song of Bernadette? What year was that? It's the Song of Bernadette. When she said, the lady said something and the church knew, she couldn't have known that. I am the something. Like, it was really spectacular. Okay, so what do you want to tell us? Will Mary show up again? Show up again to this universe. You know, my son said something very interesting. He said, you know, actually, you know, the war is terrible and things, but actually right now we're doing okay. But soul energy wise, there's a lot of chaos. Remember what we said about that Dr. Green said about UFOs? Sterling was talking about that. He's in conversation with them at all times. And Dr. Green said they won't come and stop the Ukraine war because or make their appearance known because we are uncivilized. We're still uncivilized as nations. What will happen is, though, if there's any kind of nuclear thing, they'll get involved because they don't want us destroyed. So they're definitely working on this. Will she appear? Oh my God, absolutely, 100% guaranteed. Absolutely, 100% guaranteed. Is it to children again? It looks like it could be two young men. Interesting. A couple of young men that she may show up. The problem is people don't really believe much, so they're like, yeah, that never happened. But those of us will know. Okay. And the other thing is, think of all the cameras and stuff we have, unlike before. Oh God, yes. Vargas family just said, does dark money influence reach down to local government? Absolutely, yes. They were just talking on the news. Some congressman had to step down. Something to do with money. He's a Republican. How low does it go? It goes pretty low. That's what I'm telling you. Russia had their fingers around Congress. And we're threatening them and telling them we have these things we can show people. I'm telling you right now, Russia has been under the table low life, and that's how they got Trump too, from that when he went to Russia and he was with those young girls. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Catherine, she wants me to see if Gary Chambers will win his campaign for Senate against John Kennedy in Louisiana. And I know who John Kennedy is. Well, Gary Chambers. Will Gary win campaign for Senate against John Kennedy? Word is getting out that the Republicans want to cut Social Security and cut benefits. And that's scaring people. They're really talking about that too, which is so stupid. It's like when Trump tried to get rid of Obamacare, and Justice Roberts said, why would you want to do that in the middle of a pandemic? It was the stupidest thing to do. So they're making some stupid moves. Let's see, Gary Chambers. I don't know who he is, but let's look at the cards for Gary. Gary Chambers probably take out John Kennedy. John Kennedy feels snarly, like he's got people who always stand for him. Difficult over trouble. I would say yes. He's coming over the troubled waters. People are toasting him. I would say yes, absolutely. That's a yes card. Oh God, we're going to be happy. Hello. And then she also asked, and Chris Jones for governor of Arkansas. Chris Jones, could you win as governor of Arkansas? Chris Jones. Will Chris Jones win as governor of Arkansas? Chris Jones is governor of Arkansas. Yes or no? Give it to me straight, guys. Chris Jones as governor of Arkansas. The battle. I think Arkansas is very Republican, right? He may take it. I'm going to have to, he may take it because he's got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a job offer offering him something and magic happening. Like, we're very glad. It's really going to change the dynamics for Chris Jones. Is somebody in legal trouble out there, you guys? Because I'm picking up legal trouble. Ooh, Mark Meadows is in trouble too. And his wife, who did voting, they committed voting fraud. I love it. Okay, so Darren wants to know, how long do I see the war in Ukraine? We're going into April. I want to ask, timeframes are really hard. See, the problem is in this between us and entertainment purposes only. The problem is when the president said he needs to be out of office, it was, that looks like somebody's looking through that thing. That's I put my Gerard Butler blanket over there. It's kind of so, because my son was in there making his lunch and I didn't want anybody to see through the slot. So look, it looks like somebody's looking through there. Anyway, when he said that gives Putin less reason to come to a conclusion, because he's fearing, look what they're saying, they're going to take over. He's telling his people, look, how long would this war last? So it kind of I know that the United States people are proud of him saying, just like, remember when Trump told the North Korean guy when he was threatening us, come on, Rocket Man. And it was like, whoa. But in a way, people were like glad he was telling them off. That's the same thing with Biden. I see people glad you told them, sucker. But his wording was wrong. He should have said that Russian people need to remove him. Can you give me some idea? I can't guarantee I can pick that up, you guys. Okay. Put my face on that. There we go. Okay, here we go. How much longer? Jesus Christ, could it even go on 2 more months? It could be a couple of more months. The angel of light and mercy is standing here saying, be patient. More military action, but they're really going to fight them good. They've already lost 7 generals. So let's just, for quick sake, let's just ask what's going to happen to Putin. What's the outcome for Putin? Maybe he, gets taken out, or not that he's going to die, but maybe Russia says, no, enough, we're done with this. We're losing too many men or something. Okay, let's do this. Tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Some military action taken against him, maybe even going to court for crimes against humanity. Oh, he's going down. This is a coffin. And this is the military. So, I mean, it's not showing entertainment purposes only that he's going to die, but he may go to jail and get sick in jail and die. Because this is health reasons, health stuff. So, yeah, he's getting cut out, you guys. He's getting cut out. Because they were even saying, okay, so what if the war stops? Then how do we still work with Putin? We're going to have to keep those sanctions on because he did crimes against humanity. I think it's going to get hard enough financially in Russia that they say, adios amigos. Smile. They're going to say adios amigos. So I'm really feeling, I know Putin's going down. Remember when my guides told me this battle was going to begin? And I was so scared. And they said, when I was in the middle of a little panic, they said, this is the beginning of the end. So almost this had to take place, but these poor people, they're struggling. God bless Poland and everybody that's taken them in. God bless America. Sandy, don't worry. Matt Gaetz and Jenny Thomas and Rudy, all of them, Manafort, they're all going to have. I'm so sorry it's taken so long. That one thing, did you guys see Andre when he did the chart of Manafort? He's like slow as a snail and he has a hard time making up his mind. I don't know if he's going to stay much longer. I wouldn't doubt if maybe he says, listen, I'm just too overwhelmed, and somebody else goes in there and tears it up. I've always I always felt like a female was the one that was going to be in there. Okay. Very interesting. Janie says, oh, thank you, Lorraine. Lorraine asking about my book. So I have an illustrator and I'm in the process of getting it edited, and we will get it on the road. It may take towards the end of the year, but it's going to happen. I have to have that done before I die. Okay. I was told to, so, will the fairness doctrine Reagan got rid of be reinstated to help stop discrimination? I just heard them say yes. Heard it as clear as day. Okay, and I want to tell you guys something else. There's a girl at Angel Heart for You that had been one of my first customers coming up to Sedona back in the day. Very nice girl. And she's a reader. And she read for me, and I thought she was good. And her name's Carol Cook. And you can go on the site for Angel Heart because I'm not booking anymore. So I'll be throwing people out there as far as somebody you can have a reading done with. The fairness doctrine, there are some people looking at it, trying to decide. It's not moving back in yet. Hold on. Till the crays come out of office, but it will be reinstated in the summer. And it feels like after we start getting more, I see less of these crays being in office. I see more reasonable people being in office. So, will Lindsey Graham's dirty laundry ever come out? He just really surprised me. If Trump was still in office, I'd say, no, that doesn't surprise me. But the way he was talking to Judge Brown and wouldn't let her finish and stuff, it felt like he was on stage. Will Lindsey Graham's dirty laundry ever come out? Oh, yes. What is it? Georgia. I'm hearing Georgia. So he's going to be in trouble with Georgia. And again, we're waiting and waiting, right? But I see something coming up with Georgia. They should have never called Georgia to try to get them to change the numbers. Oh, guaranteed he's going to get found out. Sort of like the ending of his career is coming up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like they're offering for him an easy way out. Yeah. September strong. So we'll see. Just wait for it, you guys. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Rita, no. Rita said one of the other readers I follow says the war in Ukraine will grow to include many other Europe. I don't see that. I see the end of Putin or the stopping of Putin, and I don't see the people of Russia really want. Look how rinky-dink their military is. They've already lost 7 generals. The generals are dying because they have to go down there because they have to make the people stay and fight because they all want to leave. So there's more tanks now in the Ukraine only because they have more tanks in Russia because they took Russia's tanks. Oh, yes, this is an interesting one. Corrine. Herschel Walker made an ass of himself at a Trump rally yesterday. Can you read on his future with the Senate race? And also, President Biden got rid of Dr. Oz and Herschel Walker off something. And they were all just like Kellyanne Conway. I serve for the president for the president. And he got rid of him, her, and that other guy that used to be the one that said the crowds were huge. they're all shocked because, you've got to get rid of anything related to Trump. I feel even this Attorney General, AG, had a lot of input from insiders saying this guy's a Trumpster, don't trust this guy. I feel like he was having to filter through. Herschel Walker. He's not going to win. He's not going to win. I just heard no. He's not going to win. Is he a sports guy or something? No. Hold on. Herschel Walker, the sun is reversed, so he thinks he's got a good chance. He's funny. No, he's got issues, mental issues. He's at the crossroads. It's very surprising how he's got the 10 of cups reversed. So I see him finding another niche to do, but I don't see him winning Senate. I'll look again as we get closer and I got the names. I'll look again. I've been hearing about food shortages coming soon. How badly will this affect us? It's something to do with grain. See, food shortages coming soon. Is there food shortages coming soon? I see the US really starting to, farmers are up and doing it, because a lot of them lost. We're so busy giving our grain and everything to everyone else. I see us holding back. Maybe just keeping it in the US, which is going to be tough for India and stuff. Tell me about the food shortages. Mexico feels like it's just full of produce. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Maybe even by August, a lot of things are back on track, but it's going to be okay. It's funny because, as Americans, we really went through a tough time in World War II. There was a shortage. You got these little coupons to have so much meat, so much this and that. Europe really went through a tough time, but it's like it's going to be okay. Oh, yeah. Jik said, what happened to the Ukrainians that were taken from Mariupol and sent to Russia? Let's look. What happened to those poor Russians? I didn't feel good about it, but I see all of them being released after we take Putin out, after Putin's out. I feel like they're in work camps or they want them working. Okay, so Putin or whoever was trying to be nice to them. They took them, but they also didn't give them their freedom. But they're acting like they're saving them. It's weird. It's like, well, we have plenty to eat here and we're going to take care of you. And we just need you to do these things. So they've got work to do. Okay, I just got this weird hit. I just got that maybe somebody, they're even going to try to make a few of them say, oh, Russia's been wonderful to us. We just love Russia. I don't know why I got that, but I just got that. There's actually been people who got sick and died from this. They're looked after by the higher powers. Yeah, they're going to be released. September's very strong, you guys. September is very strong. So what have we got? 6 months until September? That's when my event is in the Catskills. Kelly says 60 Minutes last week that a Canadian company is buying fixers around the US, slapping on some cheap updates and renting them out at 30% price hacks. I don't know what a fixer is. Fixers are slapping some cheap updates and renting them out at 30%. Oh, it's not just a Canadian company. I just talked to a realtor that there's a US company doing the same, buying up all kinds of properties. And then, you know, what's going to happen with that? When is this going to happen? I see like they're doing this, but it's going to end up, I don't know what's going to happen with the market. I even just told my son today, if we had another 2008, Jesus, but it'd be good for him because he could buy a house. Yeah, some sort of justice will be done. It might even be some government legislation. I don't know if it's just Canada or if it's the US and Canada saying, you can't do that anymore. Don't forget, I think they're going to go in and get even these oil people. They're going to take 50% of their profits. I know Bernie Sanders is working hard on that right now. It's like, sucker, you're going to pay us. You're not going to make that kind of money. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them. You know what? It's ugly and it's all money related. And they don't really care, but the just desserts is coming. Just desserts is coming. So there'll be a lot of lawsuits and stuff. I even see them turning it around. Thank you. Let's do one more. Okay, Urban says, are there any serious storms, hurricanes this year that will impact Key West, Lower Keys in Florida? Like Hurricane Irma. Okay, I gotta clear my mind. Hurricanes, okay, I can see them now. Once again, up in the Gulf of Mexico, heading up towards the top of Florida and the other places, Mississippi or whatever. I see that. I see North Carolina being hit too. Okay, I see the bottom part of Florida being hit up towards the east. I see a hurricane coming into the bottom of Florida and almost doing a thing like this. So it's like it goes out in the ocean and comes back, goes out a couple of times. Of course, I see us right on it, letting everybody know, be careful. What else are you going to show me? You know, and I see a hurricane getting up pretty far to the north. It's interesting. All the way up there. New York again. New York and even up through Maine. I see a hurricane. But, you know, I just see the twirling thing. I'm not seeing something like Katrina, something that's big. They feel powerful, but they don't feel as huge. So I'm wondering if the damage is minimal, but it's funny you asked me that because I could see them. I could see them. I see a lot going out in the ocean and never coming forward. I heard seven total. We're actually going to get a little bit of a break. Thank you. But I do see a lot of storms and flooding, awkward storms and flooding. I don't know why I got that. And God bless the people in Boulder, Colorado, who are going through the fires right now. They got it 21% taken care of. So God bless them. So, okay, you guys, well, I'm going to head out. I'm going to get ready for my Oscar party. Girls got to do what a girl's got to do. And I'll put the link for the event in New York, and love you all. Cheers. Ciao.